Welcome to Hero Villains. Who do you think would win in Storm vs. the Flash? When the Storm Goddess confronts the Lightning Flash? Storm, whose real name is Ororo Munroe, is a mutant with the ability to control weather on a planetary scale. She can summon storms, create lightning, alter air pressure, control wind, and even transform the climate of vast areas. In battle, Storm often turns the sky into a weapon, engulfing enemies in tornadoes, hailstorms, and massive lightning bolts. Opposite to this power of nature is the Flash, who is directly connected to the Speed Force, a cosmic energy source that allows him to reach speeds far exceeding the speed of light. The Flash can move so fast that time seems to stand still, run through objects, create massive tornadoes, and unleash hundreds of attacks in a single moment. Before we delve into the analysis, please subscribe and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Storm, whose real name is Ororo Munroe, is one of the characters in the X-Men team. She was guided by the ideals of Professor Charles Xavier, who gathered mutants to build a bridge of peace between humanity and the mutant community. In that journey, Ororo is not only a warrior but also often becomes a leader, guiding her teammates to face threats that endanger the entire world. Storm's power is tied to the sky. She can control the weather at will, from summoning fierce winds and creating terrifying lightning, to controlling rain, storms, and atmospheric pressure. When the wrath of nature is unleashed, the destructive power she creates is enough to shake the entire battlefield. However, what makes Storm special is not just her immense power, but also her compassionate heart that controls her strength. Ororo is recognized as an Omega-level mutant, the highest level of mutant power. Her reputation spans many lands. Storm was once revered as a goddess in Wakanda, becoming the queen of the kingdom and holding many positions of power, such as a member of the Silent Council of Krakoa, regent of Araco, leader of the X-Men, and even queen of Morlock. Whenever Storm summons a storm, the sky seems to heed her call. Clouds swirl, lightning tears through the night, and in that moment, she appears as a living embodiment of majestic nature. Both terrifying and awe-inspiring, a symbol of power that commands respect from both allies and enemies. Storm possesses the ability to control and manipulate natural energy, directly interfering with complex climate systems. She can even utilize life support systems and microclimates on various spacecraft to weaponize them, paralyzing even the most powerful enemy ships in the frigid depths of space. Storm once completely altered Araco's climate, transforming a harsh world into a habitable one. In a moment of grief following Wolverine's death, her overwhelming emotions caused her power to spread across the sky. Even with her power surging like a raging storm, Storm must constantly restrain herself to avoid incinerating the planet's atmosphere. In her fierce battle with Vulcan, Storm proved herself a master of energy manipulation. A massive surge of energy swirled around the two opponents like an invisible vortex, constantly clashing, until Storm's will prevailed. She once used immense energy from the galactic core, containing the heat of millions of suns, to purify her body of the brood parasite. She can also absorb amounts of magic far beyond what even magic can control, even absorbing the power of Spectrum while protecting Wakanda. When necessary, Storm can also draw life force from Magneto to regenerate. Storm can also manipulate subtle biological processes. She can drain air from an opponent's lungs, control electrical impulses in their body, causing them to convulse, freeze their hearts, or rupture blood vessels simply by controlling invisible energy flows in the air. Storm doesn't simply control rain and wind. In one encounter with Magneto, Storm even drained the moisture from her opponent's body, turning the surrounding air into a terrifying weapon. She can also harness the planet's magnetic field, creating a thrust so powerful it could wipe out an army of the undead in an instant. Storm's electrical manipulation abilities are incredibly sophisticated. She once gathered hydrogen atoms around Silver Surfer and activated them with lightning, creating a brilliant burst of energy in the sky. Storm split the ozone layer and Earth's magnetic field to vaporize a massive wave in a split second. Storm can also generate electromagnetic pulses powerful enough to cripple electronic systems and ionize her own mist to cut off all enemy communication. Her electrical power is so dangerous that a single blow can be fatal. In her life or death battle with Callisto, Storm delivered a punch imbued with an electrical impulse directly to his chest. instantly stopping Callisto's heart. Storm's abilities extend to controlling temperature and fire. With unconscious concentration, she can manipulate air molecules, causing the entire room to heat up. When necessary, Storm can summon fierce winds powerful enough to extinguish the flames of the Human Torch or blow even giant opponents like the Hulk into the air. In her decisive battle with Cyclops for leadership of the X-Men, Storm won without using her mutant powers, proving that her strength stems not only from her physical abilities but also from her intelligence and battlefield experience. Storm's reflexes are astonishing. She can easily dodge surprise attacks from Cyclops when he is in a bloodthirsty state. Even the incredibly fast optical beams weren't enough to keep up with her reflexes. Storm could even react to other dangerous attacks like military missiles or Thor's thrown Mjolnir hammer. When facing the mechanical clone Ragnarok, she was still quick enough to dodge the deadly hammer throw. Even opponents known for their extraordinary speed struggled to get close to Storm. Quicksilver once tried to attack, but Storm reacted in time before he could reach her. Storm's speed is even said to rival powerful entities like the Adversary. At this level, she can move at speeds far beyond the limits. Storm has flown faster than jet planes, easily breaking the sound barrier and soaring through the sky at incredible speeds. There have been times when she flew from Earth to the Sentinel City near the sun in a short amount of time, like a brilliant flash of lightning tearing through space. I really hope you'll subscribe to the channel, it would help us a lot and you're the best. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about the Flash. Barry Allen was once just a scientist working at a Central City laboratory. He was known in the police department for his slow pace and frequent tardiness. His absent-mindedness and habit of working overtime to analyze evidence often frustrated his fiancée, Iris West. However, behind that sluggish exterior was a dedicated man, patiently pursuing the truth in every complex case. One fateful night changed Barry's entire life. While working late in the lab, a lightning bolt suddenly struck through the window and hit a shelf of chemicals. Mysterious solutions exploded, splashing all over him. Barry was knocked unconscious. When he woke up, he gradually realized his body had changed. Barry could move at extraordinary speeds, his reflexes became sharper, his senses were more acute, and his regenerative abilities far surpassed those of an average person. Realizing that his powers could be used to protect others, Barry donned a bright red suit with a lightning bolt symbol on his chest. He took the moniker Flash, reminiscent of his childhood hero, Jay Garrick. From then on, Flash became the silent protector of Central City, darting through the streets like a streak of red light tearing through the night. When Barry needed to act, the suit would spring open using a special gas, and when it was over, it would shrink back to its small size. Barry also invented the space treadmill, a device that allowed him to travel precisely through time. Thanks to this invention, Flash has undertaken countless journeys beyond the boundaries of space and time. Barry Allen was not only the fastest man, but also a symbol of kindness and integrity. Even Batman once admitted that if his life hadn't been tragically altered, Barry would have been the kind of person he wished he could have become. And every time a blazing red lightning bolt streaks across the Central City sky, people know that Flash is still there, protecting the city with the speed and heart of a true hero. When Barry starts running, his body transforms into a red streak of light that glides through space at a speed that the human eye can barely keep up with. Everything around him seems to slow down. Barry's speed even surpasses that of famous heroes like Superman or Supergirl. There are times when he moves so fast that he can repair an entire city while everyone still thinks he hasn't left the room. One incredible power is when Barry can transport the entire population of Tokyo, about 38 million people, to safety in just 30 seconds. Even entities capable of manipulating darkness like Shade struggle to keep up with him. Barry moves so fast that Shade's shadow, supposedly traveling at the speed of light, appears frozen in mid-air. Speed doesn't just allow Flash to move quickly. Combined with immense momentum, it gives Barry terrifying physical strength. He can pierce or shatter steel walls with a single lunge. However, Barry rarely uses his full potential. He understands that exceeding his limits could tear the fabric of space and time. Barry only truly has one worthy opponent in Wally West. The two are often considered the ultimate icons of speed. While Barry can keep up with Wally in many situations, he admits that his protege sometimes surpasses him. His muscular and skeletal structure can withstand immense kinetic pressure, forces powerful enough to crush an average person in an instant, Thanks to this extraordinary resilience, Flash can unleash blows with incredible momentum without harming himself. In one encounter with Gorilla Grodd, Barry delivered a punch so powerful it cracked his opponent's protective armor. He even knocked Superman right through a solid wall, while remaining completely unharmed himself. Barry's regenerative abilities are also extraordinary. One of his crushed arms healed itself in just minutes. Even under immense pressure at a depth of about 2,000 feet at the bottom of the ocean, where his body was nearly crushed by the water pressure, Barry could quickly recover and continue moving. By rotating his arm or running in a circular motion, Barry could create powerful tornadoes capable of sweeping away everything in their path. In one critical situation, he used the massive airflow generated by his run to pull in millions of gallons of water, preventing a village from being submerged in a flood. Barry Allen's strength can be transformed into physical power sufficient to wipe out the entire Justice League. He possesses superhuman thinking abilities, with a thought speed so fast that even those with psychic abilities cannot read his thoughts. With extraordinary regenerative abilities, Barry Allen's powers allow him to vibrate his molecules fast enough to create quantum tunnels, meaning he can pierce through objects. This is a power equivalent to nuclear fusion in the superhero world. This power allows him to resonate with other universes. Barry Allen has run fast enough to travel back and forth through time. There's also Barry Allen's infinite mass punch. That punch travels faster than an asteroid. Even Superman couldn't survive such a punch. He can also absorb the speed of other super speed users. He can create a sonic boom with just a snap of his fingers. Possessing infinite speed means infinite power. Barry Allen even escaped death. Barry Allen is terrifying. Think about the strength, durability, and power required to run over 186,000 miles per second. Barry Allen is the most powerful member of the Justice League. Storm hovered amidst the clouds, her white hair swirling violently, her dull white eyes blazing as she summoned a thick, dark cloud to engulf the sky. The air vibrated with tension, signaling an impending outburst of rage. From above, she sensed the abnormality emanating from a man in red, speeding along the ground below. Flash stopped abruptly about a mile from Storm, creating a small vortex of wind swirling around his feet. He smiled a friendly smile, but his eyes were stern. Storm responded with a proud, cold tone as icy as the raging sky itself. Nature never stops before any speed. Scarlet Speedster, prove how fast you are. Without further delay, Storm unleashed her massive weather manipulation power. The sky roared, rain poured down, lightning struck repeatedly, and the storm howled, tearing everything apart. The lightning bolts she unleashed were terrifyingly precise, aimed directly at Flash. At the same time, tornadoes formed, temperatures plummeted, freezing the air and stifling his every movement. Storm remained high above, observing and anticipating through her empathy with nature. Flash responded with superhuman speed. He circled around at speeds exceeding Mach 10, creating sonic booms and counterwinds that shattered the tornadoes. Lightning couldn't reach him, and with his molecular vibration abilities, he weaved through the storm as if it didn't exist. Despite his attempts to persuade her, his words were swept away by the increasingly violent tempest. The pressure from Storm intensified relentlessly. The desert transformed into a chaotic battlefield, the ground cracking under the lightning strikes. She channeled her power to its peak, combining blizzards, hail, and lightning, while simultaneously lowering the air pressure, making the space suffocating. A Category 5 superstorm formed. Its eye locked onto Flash, like a giant trap of nature. Flash became serious at this point. The Speed Force energy shield surrounding his body protected him from lightning and tremendous wind. He accelerated to near light speed, unleashing punches of infinite mass from a distance, tearing through storm clouds without direct contact. Time seemed to slow in his eyes, allowing him to see and dodge attacks before they formed. Flash pierced Storm's defenses with a vibrating state, creating a shockwave that stunned her. Immediately afterward, he moved around her at extreme speed, creating a vacuum that drained oxygen and temporarily absorbed her kinetic energy. Storm lost her balance and fell. Despite her attempts to resist with final lightning strikes and attempts to alter the climate of the entire area, her reactions were all slower than Flash's. His speed surpassed all imagination. The winner, the Flash. I hope you enjoyed this fight. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like. That's today's video. Thank you very much.